Kelvin Gastelum and Dricus du Plessis in the UFC middleweight division. I was very hyped when I saw this fight, but I was a little bit sad. I mean, we did have Kelvin Gastelum fighting Nasruddin Imavov, which I thought it was going to be a good step up in competition for Nasruddin Imavov. But this is a very, very big step up in a competition for Dricus du Plessis. And I'm going to say it right now. Originally, when I first saw the fight, I actually had Dricus du Plessis winning this fight. Now, I think it's a very, very 50-50 fight. I'm not going to switch my prediction to Kelvin Gastelum, but I think it is as close to a 50-50 fight as you can get. Kelvin Gastelum, he's a guy that goes out there and just puts on the pressure, comes forward, eats your humongous shots over and over and over again, and he just keeps on coming forward. I call him like the Jerome Bettis of the UFC. I mean, he's literally just a chunky guy that comes forward, eats shots, and just keeps on coming forward, looking to land those big shots, looking to land the takedown, whatever the case may be. It's a close fight. It's a very, very close fight. Of course, technically in the striking, Dricus du Plessis is going to have the advantage. He is going to be about 4 inches taller than Kelvin Gastelum, and he's going to have a 4.5-inch reach advantage. Definitely going to play the parts for Dricus to kind of stay at range, jab at a 1-2 and left hooks as Kelvin Gastelum comes in, jabs 1-2s, body kicks, leg kicks, front kicks, all of that good stuff. But eventually, at some point in this fight, Kelvin's going to close that distance. He's going to land some big shots on Dricus. It's going to startle him a little bit. It's going to land. It's going to rock Dricus a little bit. Maybe Kelvin will land the takedown as well. But the reason I'm saying this is a close fight is because Dricus should absolutely destroy Kelvin Gastelum at range. I'm not saying he should destroy him in the striking, because there is that chance that Kelvin closes that distance and just starts laying in those haymakers on Dricus du Plessis and narrows that striking gap. But at range, I think Dricus is going to have the advantage. And the game plan for Dricus, if you're watching this video right now, your game plan right here needs to be stay at range, have Kelvin Gastelum come to you, counter Kelvin Gastelum as he's coming in, and keep on circling. Don't circle to the same side every single time. Circle to different sides, and if Kelvin Gastelum's starting to gauge where you're circling to, starting to time those shots as you're circling away from Kelvin Gastelum, once he's starting to gauge that and time his shots perfectly on you, maybe you get rocked one time, that is when you need to counter with maybe a takedown attempt. That could maybe dissuade Kelvin Gastelum from pressuring as much as he would in a normal fight. But again, Kelvin, I don't know if he's going to get taken down by Dricus. I don't really give Dricus du Plessis the wrestling or grappling advantage here. Maybe like the jiu-jitsu advantage in terms of that submission game. But the game plan here, again, needs to be Dricus staying at range, countering Kelvin Gastelum as he comes in. Just stand on the outside, moving side to side. And every now and then, maybe faking a takedown here and there. Maybe going for the takedown, just to kind of give that threat to Kelvin, not to put on that much pressure, just in case he might get taken down. Because if you watch that Robert Whittaker fight, which wasn't really not that long ago, it was about 11 months ago. If you watch that fight, Kelvin Gastelum was coming forward, and every so slightly, every now and then, Kelvin would put on a little bit too much pressure, they're a little bit too big of a haymaker, and Robert Whittaker would just not really a very technical takedown. He's just going in for the takedown, perfectly timed takedown, and he was able to land that on a Kelvin Gastelum. I think there's a good chance Dricus could land a few takedowns here. I don't think he's going to do much with it, because I would say for Dricus, not really a wrestling type of guy. I don't think it's going to be the easiest thing to do to kind of hold Kelvin Gastelum on the ground. That's why I'm just saying mix him in there. I'm not saying try to grind, go like Hamza Chimaev style, go out there, try to grind, pick him up, slam him, bring him to the other side. I'm just saying time those takedowns every now and then just to give Kelvin a little bit to think about. That'll also help you on those judges' scorecards. Keep the fight at range, strike Kelvin Gastelum as he's coming in, counter him, mixing those takedowns. Those are the key ingredients for Dricus du Plessis to win this fight. It's a very close one. Again, that is how I envision the fight going. That's why I am going to go Dricus du Plessis to win the fight. But there is always that possibility. A veteran fighting a newcomer, they're not used to the pressure. They are not used to that experience, the pressure, the chin of Kelvin Gastelum. Kelvin has never been knocked out. He didn't get knocked out by Israel Adesanya, by Darren Till, by Jack Hermanson, by Robert Whittaker, by Jurek Cannonier. None of these guys were able to knock out Kelvin Gastelum. Dricus is not going to be either. Dricus is no different than those guys. If Izzy's not able to knock him out, Dricus won't as well. Kelvin is going to be pressuring the heck out of Dricus du Plessis, and that does worry me for a fight. That is why I'm not going to say I'm so confident on Dricus du Plessis, because he's a veteran. Kelvin Gastelum is a veteran. He has pressure. He has the chin. He has the experience. Do not be confident either way you go. If you're going Kelvin, I cannot blame you. He's got the experience, and he could go out there, land a huge shot on Dricus, landing that pressure, and knock out Dricus du Plessis. We've seen Dricus get knocked out before. We've never seen Kelvin get knocked out before. So, either way, I either have Kelvin Gastelum getting that knockout win with that heavy pressure, or Dricus du Plessis playing a technical striking game, mixing in the takedowns, and winning the fight by a decision. Crazy fight here. Short notice. I don't know if I mentioned that in the video, but it is also short notice. I mean, Dricus had his fight with Anthony Hernandez, as well as Chris Curtis. Now he's fighting Kelvin Gastelum. This is crazy stuff here. I got Dricus by a unanimous decision.